Deep in the heart of our galaxy, something impossible exists. A region of space where time crawls to a halt, where light itself cannot escape, and where the very fabric of reality gets twisted into shapes that would make your mind reel. We call these monsters black holes. But here's what will blow your mind. The story of how they form reads like cosmic horror fiction, yet it's happening right now in the darkest corners of space. Tonight, we're going to dissect the anatomy of these space-time predators. We'll witness the violent birth of stellar corpses so dense that a teaspoon would weigh as much as Mount Everest. We'll explore how they bend time itself until seconds stretch into years. And we'll uncover why these cosmic giants might hold the key to understanding the deepest mysteries of existence. If you've ever wondered what happens when the universe's most fundamental laws collide with forces beyond imagination, hit that like button and subscribe, because this journey will take you to places where physics breaks down and reality itself becomes negotiable. Prepare yourselves. We begin. Picture the ultimate cosmic deadline, a star 25 times more massive than our sun has been burning for millions of years, fusing hydrogen into helium, helium into carbon, carbon into heavier elements. But deep in its core, something terrifying is happening. The star is running out of fuel. And when that fuel runs out, the universe is about to demonstrate its most violent magic trick. For its entire life, this stellar giant has been locked in an epic battle. Gravity, the weakest fundamental force, has been trying to crush the star into oblivion. But nuclear fusion in the core has been pushing back with the fury of billions of hydrogen bombs exploding every second. This cosmic tug of war has kept the star stable, burning bright in the darkness for eons. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. When a massive star begins fusing iron in its core, it signs its own death warrant. Iron fusion doesn't release energy, it absorbs it. Suddenly, the star's nuclear furnace goes cold. The outward pressure that has held gravity at bay for millions of years vanishes in an instant. What happens next occurs so fast that your brain can barely process the timeline. In less than 1 second, gravity wins the ultimate victory. The star's core, larger than Earth, collapses down to a sphere just 12 miles across. But we're not talking about ordinary collapse. We're talking about matter being crushed beyond anything that exists in the normal universe. Imagine trying to squeeze every person on Earth into a space the size of a sugar cube. That's nothing compared to what happens inside a collapsing stellar core. Protons and electrons get mashed together so violently they form neutrons. Atoms, the building blocks of everything you've ever touched, simply cease to exist. The material becomes so dense that a single drop would weigh more than all the skyscrapers in Manhattan combined. But for the most massive stars, even this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something far stranger. When the core reaches a critical density, something unprecedented happens. The collapse doesn't stop at neutron star density. It keeps going. The matter becomes so compressed that it overwhelms even the quantum forces that keep neutron stars stable. At this point, we enter territory where our understanding of physics starts to break down. The collapsing matter shrinks past any size we can meaningfully measure. It becomes what physicists call a gravitational singularity, a point in space where density becomes infinite and the laws of physics as we know them simply stop working. But here's the truly mind-bending part. This singularity doesn't exist alone in space. It warps the fabric of space-time around it so severely that it creates a boundary beyond which nothing can escape. This boundary is the event horizon, and crossing it is like falling off the edge of the universe itself. The event horizon isn't a physical surface. You couldn't touch it or see it directly. It's more like a point of no return written into the geometry of space-time itself. Think of it as the ultimate cosmic prison. Once you cross this invisible boundary, every possible path through space and time leads toward the singularity at the center. There's no going back, no escape route, no loophole in the laws of physics that could save you. But here's what makes black holes truly terrifying from a cosmic perspective. The event horizon's size depends entirely on the mass of the black hole. A black hole with the mass of our Sun would have an event horizon about 3 miles across. But stellar mass black holes are just the beginning. Supermassive black holes, the monsters that lurk at the centers of galaxies, can have event horizons larger than our entire solar system. The black hole at the center of our own galaxy, Sagittarius A, contains the mass of 4 million suns compressed into a region smaller than Mercury's orbit. Its gravitational influence extends across thousands of light years, orchestrating the dance of hundreds of billions of stars. We're all, in a very real sense, orbiting a black hole right now. Now, let's talk about what black holes do to time itself. This is where things get genuinely weird. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us something that seems impossible but has been proven countless times. Time is not constant throughout the universe. It flows differently depending on how strong gravity is around you. Near a black hole, where gravity reaches strengths that dwarf anything in our everyday experience, time becomes as malleable as clay in the hands of a cosmic sculptor. Imagine you're watching a friend fall toward a black hole while you remain safely far away. As your friend approaches the event horizon, something strange happens. From your perspective, they begin to slow down. Their movements become sluggish. Their voice drops to a lower pitch. The light from their body shifts toward the red end of the spectrum. As they get closer and closer to the event horizon, this effect becomes more dramatic. To you, watching from a safe distance, your friend appears to freeze just at the boundary of the black hole. Their image gets redder and dimmer, but they never quite seem to cross the event horizon. From your perspective, they remain suspended there forever, gradually fading from view as their light is stretched to wavelengths you can no longer detect. But here's the truly mind-bending part. From your friend's perspective, something completely different is happening. They don't notice time slowing down at all. To them, their watch ticks normally, their thoughts proceed at normal speed, and they cross the event horizon in a perfectly reasonable amount of time. It's only relative to the outside universe that time has slowed to a crawl. This time dilation effect isn't just theoretical, it's measurable and real. Clocks placed at different distances from a black hole will literally run at different speeds. Time itself becomes a variable that depends on your position in the gravitational field. The mathematics of this time dilation reveals something profound about the nature of reality. Space and time aren't separate entities, as our everyday experience suggests. They're woven together into a single fabric that can be stretched, compressed, and twisted by the presence of mass and energy. Black holes are the universe's way of demonstrating this in the most extreme way possible. But the story gets even stranger when we consider what happens inside the event horizon. Once past the point of no return, the falling observer experiences something called tidal forces. These aren't ordinary tides like those that affect our oceans. These are gravitational gradients so steep they can tear apart anything that encounters them. Here's why this happens. The gravitational pull from a black hole gets stronger the closer you get to the center, but your feet are closer to the black hole than your head, so they experience stronger gravity. For stellar mass black holes, this difference is dramatic enough to stretch you vertically while squeezing you horizontally. Scientists have a technical term for this process: spaghettification. The name might sound amusing, but the reality is anything but. Long before you reached the singularity at the center, tidal forces would stretch your body into a thin stream of particles. Every atom in your body would be pulled apart and added to the black hole's mass. But for supermassive black holes, something different happens. Because these monsters are so much larger, their tidal forces are actually gentler near the event horizon. you could theoretically cross the boundary of a supermassive black hole without immediately being torn apart. You might have minutes or even hours to contemplate your situation before the increasing tidal forces finally overwhelmed you. This raises one of the most fascinating questions in all of physics. What would you actually see as you fell past the event horizon of a supermassive black hole? The answer involves some of the strangest predictions in all of science. As you fall inward, the intense gravitational field would act like a lens, bending light from all around the universe. You might see the entire cosmic history of the universe flash before your eyes, compressed and distorted by the black hole's gravity. Light from behind you would be blue shifted to higher energies, while light from in front would be red shifted. The black hole itself would appear as an absence, a perfectly black sphere surrounded by a ring of fire formed by the superheated matter spiraling into it. This glowing accretion disk would be your last glimpse of the universe before crossing the event horizon. But here's where our understanding reaches its limits. What happens at the singularity itself remains one of the greatest mysteries in physics. According to general relativity, the singularity is a point where density becomes infinite and space-time curvature becomes infinite. It's a place where the equations that describe reality produce meaningless results. Infinities in physics usually signal that our theories have reached their breaking point. Many physicists believe that before you actually reached the singularity, quantum effects would become important. Perhaps the matter doesn't collapse to a true point, but forms some kind of quantum structure we don't yet understand. Maybe the singularity is surrounded by a firewall of quantum energy that would incinerate anything approaching it. Or perhaps the interior of a black hole connects to other regions of space-time in ways that would make science fiction authors jealous. The truth is, we simply don't know. The center of a black hole represents the frontier of human knowledge, a place where our most successful theories encounter their limitations. But black holes aren't just cosmic oddities. They play crucial roles in shaping the universe around them. Every major galaxy appears to have a supermassive black hole at its center. These giants don't just sit passively in space. They actively sculpt the evolution of their host galaxies through processes we're only beginning to understand. When matter falls into a supermassive black hole, it doesn't go quietly. The material forms an accretion disk that heats up to millions of degrees, glowing brighter than billions of stars. This process converts matter to energy with an efficiency that makes nuclear fusion look wasteful. Some of this energy gets channeled into jets that shoot out from the black hole's poles at nearly the speed of light. These jets can extend for hundreds of thousands of light years, carrying energy far into intergalactic space. They heat up gas clouds, trigger star formation in some regions while preventing it in others, and generally act like cosmic gardeners tending to the growth of galaxies. The relationship between black holes and galaxies is so intimate that astronomers and slowly evaporate over time. For stellar mass black holes, this process takes longer than the current age of the universe, but eventually every black hole will evaporate completely. This discovery created what physicists call the information paradox. If a black hole forms from matter containing information, and then the black hole evaporates into random radiation, where does that information go? Quantum mechanics says information cannot be destroyed, but general relativity suggests it disappears when matter falls into a black hole. This paradox has driven decades of research into the fundamental nature of reality. Some physicists propose that information is somehow encoded on the black hole's surface. Others suggest that the interior and exterior of a black hole are connected in ways that preserve information through quantum entanglement. The resolution of this paradox may require a complete revolution in our understanding of space, time, and information itself. Recent discoveries have made black holes even more mysterious and fascinating. In 2015, scientists detected gravitational waves for the first time, created by the collision of two black holes over 1 billion light-years away. These ripples in space-time itself opened an entirely new window into the universe, allowing us to observe black hole mergers directly. When black holes collide, they create some of the most violent events in the universe. In the final fraction of a second before merger, the two black holes spiral around each other hundreds of times, radiating away energy equivalent to the light output of all the stars in the observable universe. The merger creates a new black hole, slightly less massive than the sum of its parents. The missing mass gets converted entirely into gravitational waves that ripple outward at the speed of light, carrying news of the collision to distant observers like us. These observations have confirmed Einstein's predictions about gravity with unprecedented precision. They've also revealed that black hole mergers are surprisingly common, happening somewhere in the universe about once every few minutes. But the story of black holes is far from over. Each new discovery raises more questions about these enigmatic objects. How do supermassive black holes grow so large so quickly in the early universe? What happens to information that falls into a black hole? Could black holes be connected to other universes through wormholes? Are there smaller primordial black holes left over from the Big Bang that could make up dark matter? As we develop more sensitive instruments and more sophisticated theories, black holes continue to challenge our understanding of the cosmos. They represent the extreme limits of physics, where the familiar laws of nature encounter conditions so intense that reality itself becomes uncertain. The anatomy of a black hole reveals the universe at its most fundamental level. These objects force us to confront the deepest questions about the nature of space, time, matter, and information. They force us to question whether our universe might be just one of countless others, connected through black hole interiors in ways that would revolutionize our understanding of existence itself. But there's something even more incredible hiding in the mathematics of these cosmic predators, something that suggests black holes might not be the destructive monsters we imagine them to be. Deep within the equations that describe rotating black holes lies a prediction so wild that it sounds like pure fantasy. If you could somehow survive the journey to a spinning black hole's center, you might not encounter a singularity at all. Instead, you might find a portal to another region of space-time entirely. This isn't science fiction wishful thinking. It's a direct consequence of Einstein's field equations when applied to rotating black holes, which physicists call Kerr black holes. Unlike their non-rotating cousins, these spinning giants warp space-time in such complex ways that they create what theorists call a ring singularity rather than a point singularity. Picture a cosmic wedding ring made of infinitely curved space-time. The mathematics suggest that if you approached this ring from the right angle, you might pass through it into a completely different universe, or perhaps into a different region of our own universe, separated by vast distances but connected through this impossible shortcut. The catch, of course, is surviving the journey. The tidal forces near any real black hole would tear you apart long before you could test these exotic predictions. But the mere fact that the mathematics allows for such possibilities hints that black holes might be nature's ultimate transportation network, connecting distant corners of the cosmos in ways that make faster-than-light travel look mundane. Recent theoretical work has pushed these ideas even further into the realm of the fantastic. Some physicists now propose that the interior of every black hole might contain an entire universe, complete with its own galaxies, stars, and planets. In this view, our own universe might exist inside a black hole that formed in some parent cosmos we can never observe. This creates a mind-bending hierarchy of realities. Black holes in our universe spawn child universes, which develop their own black holes, which create grandchild universes, and so on, in an infinite fractal structure of nested realities. We might be living inside a cosmic matryoshka doll, unaware of the larger universe that contains us. But let's bring this cosmic speculation back to something we can actually observe, because black holes aren't just theoretical curiosities. They're actively shaping the universe around us in ways that make life itself possible. Consider the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. Sagittarius A doesn't just sit there accumulating mass. It regulates star formation across the entire Milky Way through a process so elegant it seems almost intentionally designed. When gas falls toward this central monster, it heats up and begins to glow. But not all of this material actually crosses the event horizon. Much of it gets accelerated to incredible speeds and shot back out into space in the form of relativistic jets and winds. These outflows carry enormous amounts of energy, heating up the interstellar medium and preventing too much gas from cooling and condensing into new stars. Without this regulation, galaxies would burn through their gas supplies too quickly, forming all their stars in a brief burst of activity before settling into sterile old age. Black holes act like cosmic thermostats, maintaining the delicate balance that allows star formation to continue for billions of years. This regulatory process operates on scales that dwarf human comprehension. The energy output from an actively feeding supermassive black hole can exceed the combined light of all the stars in its galaxy. These objects are simultaneously the most efficient engines in the universe, converting matter to energy with an efficiency that makes our most advanced technology look primitive. But here's what makes this truly remarkable. Black holes achieve this incredible efficiency through pure geometry. They don't rely on complex chemical reactions or exotic physics. They simply use the curvature of space-time itself to accelerate matter to relativistic speeds and heat it to temperatures that would make the core of the Sun seem frigid. The accretion disk around a feeding black hole becomes a natural particle accelerator, creating conditions more extreme than anything we can produce in our most powerful laboratories. Individual atoms get accelerated to energies millions of times higher than what we can achieve on Earth. These cosmic accelerators might be responsible for the highest energy particles we detect in our atmosphere, cosmic rays that have traveled across the galaxy carrying energies that seem impossible to explain through conventional astrophysics. Recent observations have revealed another stunning capability of black holes. They can act as gravitational lenses, bending light from distant objects in ways that allow us to see farther into the universe than should be possible. When a black hole passes between Earth and a distant star, its gravitational field acts like a cosmic magnifying glass. The black hole's gravity bends the star's light around it, focusing the light and making the star appear dramatically brighter. This effect, called gravitational microlensing, has allowed astronomers to discover planets around distant stars and even to probe the structure of objects we could never observe directly. But supermassive black holes can do something even more spectacular. They can create multiple images of the same distant galaxy, splitting its light into arcs and rings that reveal the hidden mass distribution of the universe itself. These gravitational lenses have become some of our most powerful tools for mapping dark matter and measuring the expansion rate of the cosmos. The precision with which black holes bend light has allowed us to test Einstein's theory of general relativity under the most extreme conditions imaginable. Every observation confirms that Einstein's century-old equations correctly predict how these monsters warp space-time, even in gravitational fields billions of times stronger than anything he could have imagined when he developed the theory. This consistency between theory and observation points to something profound about the nature of physical law. The same equations that describe the gentle curvature of space-time around Earth also govern the extreme conditions near black holes. The universe operates according to mathematical principles that remain valid across an incredible range of scales and conditions. But black holes have revealed something even more fundamental about the cosmos. They've shown us that space and time are not the fixed stage on which physics plays out, but active participants in the cosmic drama. Near a black hole, space itself can be dragged around by the spinning monster in an effect called frame dragging. The geometry of space-time becomes twisted like taffy, creating regions where standing still becomes impossible. If you tried to remain stationary relative to distant stars near a spinning black hole, You would find yourself being dragged along with the warped space-time whether you wanted to move or not. This dragging of space-time demonstrates that the vacuum of space is far from empty. It's a dynamic medium that can be twisted, compressed, and set into motion by the presence of mass and energy. The implications of this realization extend far beyond black holes themselves. If space-time can be manipulated by sufficiently massive objects, then perhaps advanced civilizations could learn to engineer entropy of a black hole is proportional to the area of its event horizon, not its volume. This means that the amount of information that can be stored in a region of space is limited by the area of its boundary, not the volume it contains. This relationship, known as the holographic principle, suggests that our three-dimensional reality might be encoded on a two-dimensional surface like a cosmic hologram. Everything you experience as solid, three-dimensional reality might actually be information processed on a distant boundary that you can never reach or observe directly. The holographic principle has profound implications for our understanding of consciousness and reality itself. If the universe operates like a vast information processing system, then perhaps consciousness and intelligence are fundamental features of cosmic evolution rather than unlikely accidents. Black holes continue to challenge our most basic assumptions about the nature of existence. They force us to confront questions that blur the line between physics and philosophy. What is the relationship between information and reality? How do space and time emerge from more fundamental principles? Are we living in a simulation running on some cosmic computer? These questions might seem abstract, but they have practical implications for the future of human civilization. If we can understand how black holes manipulate space-time, we might learn to do the same. If we can decode the information processing principles that govern black hole horizons, we might unlock computational capabilities beyond our current imagination. The anatomy of a black hole reveals that these objects are far more than cosmic vacuum cleaners randomly scattered through space. They are fundamental components of cosmic architecture, regulating galaxy formation, accelerating particles to impossible energies, and demonstrating the deepest principles of physics under the most extreme conditions nature can create. Every black hole is a laboratory where the universe tests its own limits. They show us what happens when matter encounters conditions so extreme that the familiar categories of solid, liquid, and gas become meaningless. They reveal how time itself can be stretched and compressed like a rubber sheet. They demonstrate that space is not empty but filled with a subtle medium that can be twisted into impossible geometries. But perhaps most importantly, black holes show us that the universe is far stranger and more wonderful than our everyday experience suggests. They remind us that reality operates according to principles so alien to human intuition that they seem like magic, yet so mathematically elegant that they reveal deep truths about the nature of existence itself. As we continue to study these cosmic enigmas, we're not just learning about distant objects in space. We're discovering fundamental truths about the universe we inhabit, the laws that govern reality, and perhaps even the nature of consciousness itself. The anatomy of a black hole is really the anatomy of the cosmos, revealed in its most extreme and beautiful form. The story of black holes becomes even more incredible when we realize they're not just cosmic accidents. They're precision instruments that the universe uses to regulate its own evolution. And nowhere is this more apparent than in the phenomenon scientists call black hole jets. Picture this: matter spiraling into a black hole doesn't all disappear quietly into the void. Some of it gets caught in the monster's magnetic field lines and accelerated to speeds approaching light itself. These particles get funneled into narrow beams that shoot out from the black hole's poles like cosmic blowtorches, extending across distances that would span thousands of galaxies. A single black hole jet can remain active for millions of years, pumping more energy into space than our sun will produce in its entire lifetime. These jets carve through the intergalactic medium like hot knives through butter, creating bubbles of superheated gas larger than entire galaxy clusters. But here's where it gets mind-bending. The material in these jets is moving so fast that it creates an optical illusion that seems to violate the laws of physics. When astronomers observe these jets head-on, the material appears to be traveling faster than light itself. Not because it actually is, but because the light from the front of the jet almost catches up with the light emitted earlier from the back of the jet. This superluminal motion demonstrates just how close to the ultimate speed limit these black hole engines can push matter. They're operating at the very edge of what's physically possible, turning ordinary atoms into cosmic bullets that carry the energy of stellar explosions across intergalactic distances. The precision with which black holes create these jets reveals something profound about their internal structure. Despite being regions where our theories predict that physics breaks down, black holes somehow maintain perfect symmetry and stability for millions of years. They're like cosmic gyroscopes, spinning with such perfect balance that they can aim particle beams across the universe with pinpoint accuracy. Recent observations have revealed that these jets don't just blast randomly into space. They follow magnetic field lines that connect galaxies across vast distances, creating a cosmic web of energy transport that spans the entire observable universe. Black holes aren't isolated objects. They're nodes in a galaxy-spanning network that channels energy and information across scales that dwarf human comprehension. But the most shocking discovery about black hole anatomy came from an unexpected source. In 2019, scientists achieved something that should have been impossible. They photographed the shadow of a black hole. The Event Horizon Telescope, a planet-sized array of radio telescopes working in perfect coordination, captured the first direct image of the event horizon around the supermassive black hole in galaxy M87. What they saw was both exactly what Einstein's equations predicted and absolutely stunning to behold. The image shows a ring of fire surrounding a perfectly black circle. The ring is created by superheated matter spiraling around the black hole at significant fractions of light speed. The black circle is the shadow of the event horizon itself, a region where light gets trapped and can never escape to reach our telescopes. But this image revealed something unexpected about black hole anatomy. The ring of light isn't perfectly symmetrical. One side appears brighter than the other, and this asymmetry tells us that the black hole is spinning. The brighter side is where matter is moving toward us at relativistic speeds, while the dimmer side is where matter is moving away. This spin isn't just academic curiosity. A spinning black hole drags space-time around with it, like honey being stirred by a spoon. This frame-dragging effect creates regions near the black hole where standing still becomes physically impossible. Space itself is being twisted and pulled along with the rotation, creating a cosmic whirlpool in the fabric of reality. The mathematics describing this twisted space-time predict something that sounds like pure science fiction. Near a rapidly spinning black hole, there exists a region called the ergosphere where you could, in theory, extract energy from the black hole's rotation itself. Here's how this cosmic energy extraction would work. You drop an object into the ergosphere, where the dragging of space-time forces it to rotate with the black hole. At just the right moment, you split the object in two. One piece falls past the event horizon and is lost forever. But the other piece escapes, carrying more energy than the original object possessed. This process, called the Penrose mechanism, would allow advanced civilizations to use spinning black holes as power sources. They could literally mine energy from the rotation of space-time itself, accessing power reserves that dwarf anything available through conventional means. The theoretical energy available through this process is staggering. A civilization capable of building structures around a spinning supermassive black hole could extract enough energy to power their entire galactic empire for billions of years. They would become true masters of space-time, manipulating the fundamental geometry of the universe itself. But black holes offer an even more exotic possibility for advanced civilizations. Deep in the mathematics of general relativity lies a prediction that spinning black holes might not contain singularities at all, but rather ring-shaped regions of infinitely curved space-time. If you could somehow survive the journey to the center of a rotating black hole, these equations suggest you might not encounter a point of infinite density. Instead, you might find a cosmic doorway, a passage through the ring singularity into another region of spacetime entirely. The geometry of rotating black holes creates what physicists call a wormhole, a tunnel through space-time that could connect distant regions of our universe or even lead to other universes altogether. These cosmic shortcuts would make faster-than-light travel seem trivial by comparison. Of course, the practical challenges of using black holes as transportation networks are formidable. The tidal forces would destroy any ordinary matter long before it could reach the inner regions where these exotic effects become important. But for a sufficiently advanced civilization, perhaps one that could engineer matter at the quantum level or transfer consciousness into non-biological substrates, these passages might become cosmic highways connecting the far reaches of existence. The anatomy of rotating black holes also reveals another stunning feature. They can act as cosmic time machines, creating closed time-like curves where cause and effect become tangled in impossible loops. Near the ring singularity of a rotating black hole, the warping of space-time becomes so extreme that time and space swap roles. The mathematics suggest that you could travel in a closed loop through this region and emerge in your own past, creating paradoxes that would make science fiction writers weep with joy. These closed time-like curves raise profound questions about the nature of causality and free will. If the universe allows travel into the past, even in principle, then the linear flow of time from past to future might be an illusion created by our limited perspective. But perhaps the most mind-bending aspect of black hole anatomy is what it reveals about the relationship between geometry and information. Recent theoretical breakthroughs suggest that the event horizon of a black hole might not be a simple boundary, but rather a complex information processing surface. According to these theories, every bit of information that falls into a black hole gets encoded on its two-dimensional surface in a way that preserves resolution to the information paradox, suggests that black holes aren't destroyers of information, but rather cosmic librarians, cataloging everything they encounter in quantum databases of unimaginable complexity. Every black hole becomes a repository of cosmic history, storing the quantum fingerprints of every star, planet, and particle that has ever fallen into its gravitational embrace. The implications extend far beyond theoretical physics. If consciousness and memory are forms of quantum information, then every sentient being that has ever fallen into a black hole might still exist in some form, encoded in the quantum structure of the event horizon. Death itself might not be the end, but rather a transformation into a different type of existence. But the anatomy of black holes reveals something even more profound about the nature of space and time. The holographic principle, derived from studying black hole thermodynamics, suggests that all the information in any three-dimensional region of space can be encoded on its two-dimensional boundary. This means that everything you experience as solid reality, every atom in your body, every thought in your mind, might actually be information patterns on a distant surface that you can never directly observe. You could be living inside a cosmic hologram, a three-dimensional projection of data stored on the boundary of the observable universe. This holographic model of reality has stunning implications for our understanding of consciousness and existence. If the universe operates as a vast information processing system, then perhaps consciousness itself is a fundamental feature of cosmic architecture rather than an unlikely accident of biological evolution. Black holes force us to confront the possibility that reality is far more computational than we ever imagined. They suggest that the universe might be running on something resembling a cosmic computer, processing information according to rules we're only beginning to understand. The anatomy of a black hole ultimately reveals that these objects are not cosmic monsters randomly scattered through space, but rather fundamental components of reality itself. They're the universe's way of processing information, regulating energy flow, and maintaining the delicate balance that allows complexity and consciousness to emerge. Every black hole is simultaneously a cosmic incinerator and a cosmic library, destroying matter while preserving information in forms so exotic that we're only now beginning to comprehend them. They demonstrate that the universe operates according to principles far more subtle and sophisticated than our everyday experience would suggest. As we continue to probe the anatomy of these space-time predators, we're not just learning about distant objects in the cosmos. We're discovering fundamental truths about the nature of reality, information, and consciousness that could revolutionize our understanding of existence itself. The black holes, scattered throughout our galaxy and beyond, aren't just gravitational anomalies. They're cosmic laboratories where the universe experiments with its own limits, revealing the deep mathematical principles that govern everything from quantum mechanics to the large-scale structure of space-time. In studying their anatomy, we're really studying the anatomy of reality itself, laid bare in its most extreme and beautiful manifestation. Every observation brings us closer to understanding not just how black holes form and behave, but how the universe itself thinks, computes, and dreams in the language of curved space-time and quantum information. The story of black holes is ultimately the story of cosmic evolution, written in the mathematics of infinity and played out on stages where time itself becomes a player in the cosmic drama. And we've only just begun to read the opening chapters of this incredible tale. The anatomy of these cosmic predators holds one more secret that will fundamentally change how you see the universe around you. Hidden in the quantum foam that surrounds every black hole is evidence of something that sounds impossible. Virtual particles, ephemeral pairs of matter and antimatter that normally pop into existence and annihilate each other in the blink of an eye, behave differently near the event horizon. When these quantum pairs form at the boundary of a black hole, something extraordinary happens. One particle from the pair falls into the black hole while its partner escapes into space. This process, discovered by Stephen Hawking, means that black holes aren't perfectly black at all. They glow with a faint radiation that slowly causes them to evaporate over unimaginable timescales. But here's what will blow your mind about this process. The temperature of this Hawking radiation is inversely proportional to the black hole's mass. Massive black holes are actually colder than the cosmic microwave background radiation that fills empty space. They absorb more energy from the universe than they emit, causing them to grow slowly over time. Only the smallest black holes, those with masses comparable to mountains, would be hot enough to evaporate quickly. These microscopic monsters would glow white-hot, radiating energy at temperatures that would make the core of the sun seem frigid by comparison. In their final moments, they would explode with the fury of millions of hydrogen bombs, converting their entire mass into pure energy in a fraction of a second. This revelation transforms our understanding of cosmic mortality. Even the mightiest supermassive black holes, those containing billions of solar masses, will eventually succumb to this quantum evaporation. After the last stars have died and the universe has expanded into cold darkness, black holes will be among the final sources of energy in the cosmos, slowly feeding the universe's dying embers through Hawking radiation. But the mathematics of black hole evaporation reveals something even more profound. As these objects shrink, they become hotter and radiate faster, creating a runaway process that accelerates exponentially. The final gram of a black hole's mass would disappear in just 10 to the minus 21 seconds, releasing more energy than all the nuclear weapons ever built. This explosive finale raises disturbing questions about the primordial black holes that might have formed in the early universe. If microscopic black holes were created during the Big Bang, some of them might be reaching the end of their evaporation cycles right now. We could be living in a cosmos where invisible explosions more powerful than supernovae occur randomly in the space around us. The quantum mechanics of black hole evaporation also forces us to confront the fundamental relationship between information and energy. When virtual particles separate at the event horizon, the escaping Hawking radiation appears to be completely random. carrying no information about what fell into the black hole. But quantum mechanics insists that information cannot be destroyed. This creates what physicists call the firewall paradox. If information must be preserved, then the event horizon might not be the empty space that general relativity predicts. Instead, it could be a wall of high-energy particles that would incinerate anything trying to cross the boundary. The smooth passage through the event horizon that Einstein's equations allow might be an illusion, replaced by a furnace of quantum flames. Recent theoretical breakthroughs suggest an even more radical resolution to this paradox. The interior and exterior of a black hole might be connected through quantum entanglement in ways that allow information to escape through channels that exist outside ordinary space and time. The black hole's event horizon becomes a quantum information processor, encoding and transmitting data through mechanisms that operate beyond our current understanding of physics. This quantum entanglement extends the anatomy of black holes far beyond their classical boundaries. Every black hole becomes connected to the quantum vacuum around it through invisible threads of correlation that persist across any distance. The falling matter doesn't simply disappear, but remains quantum mechanically connected to the radiation escaping from the black hole's surface. These entanglement networks might explain one of the most puzzling features of black hole thermodynamics. The entropy of a black hole scales with the area of its event horizon, not its volume. This suggests that all the information inside the black hole is somehow encoded on its two-dimensional surface, like a cosmic hologram that contains three-dimensional reality within its flat structure. The holographic principle emerging from black hole physics implies that our entire universe might operate this way. Everything you perceive as three-dimensional reality could be information processed on a two-dimensional boundary that exists at the cosmic horizon. Your thoughts, memories, and experiences might be patterns in a vast quantum computation occurring on the surface of the observable universe. This computational view of reality transforms black holes from destroyers into cosmic processors. Each one becomes a node in a universal information network, encoding, processing, and transmitting data according to quantum mechanical rules that preserve the total information content of the cosmos. The anatomy of black holes reveals that these objects might be the universe's method of solving its most fundamental computational problems. They process information about space-time geometry, quantum field configurations, and causal relationships in ways that maintain cosmic consistency across all scales. But perhaps the most stunning aspect of black hole anatomy involves their role in cosmic reproduction. Some theoretical models suggest that when black holes form, they don't just create pockets of curved space-time within our universe. They might spawn entirely new universes through a process that operates like cosmic mitosis. In these models, the extreme conditions inside a black hole don't lead to a singularity, but rather to a quantum tunneling event that creates a new region of space-time with its own physical constants and laws of nature. Each black hole becomes a seed for a baby universe that inflates and evolves independently of its parent cosmos. This cosmic reproduction process would create an infinite tree of connected universes, each one populated with its own galaxies, stars, and potentially life. Our universe might be just one leaf on an infinite cosmic tree, spawned from a black hole that formed in some parent reality we can never observe. The mathematical elegance of this model explains why black holes seem so fundamental to cosmic architecture. They're not random gravitational anomalies, but rather the universe's reproductive organs, ensuring that the cosmic evolutionary process continues indefinitely through cycles of death and rebirth that heat death or vacuum decay. The black holes it contains would have already seeded countless new universes with their own evolutionary potential. The anatomy of reproduction through black holes might explain the fine-tuning we observe in physical constants. Universes that produce stable stars and long-lived galaxies create more black holes, which spawn more baby universes with similar characteristics. Over cosmic time, This process would naturally select for physical laws that promote complexity and structure formation. Consciousness and intelligence might play crucial roles in this cosmic reproductive cycle. Advanced civilizations that learn to manipulate black holes could guide the formation of new universes, encoding information and physical laws that promote the emergence of life and intelligence in their cosmic offspring. This transforms the search for extraterrestrial intelligence from a quest to find other minds in our universe to a recognition that intelligence might be the universe's way of ensuring its own reproduction and evolution. Every advanced civilization becomes a cosmic gardener, tending to the conditions that allow new realities to flourish. The anatomy of black holes ultimately reveals that these objects embody the deepest principles of cosmic creativity. They demonstrate how the universe transforms apparent destruction into opportunities for creation, how information persists despite physical dissolution, and how consciousness might participate in the ongoing evolution of reality itself. Every black hole scattered throughout the cosmos represents a laboratory where the universe experiments with its own fundamental structure. They test the limits of space-time geometry, explore the boundaries between classical and quantum physics, and perhaps most importantly, they create pathways for the cosmic evolutionary process to continue indefinitely. Understanding black hole anatomy isn't just about comprehending exotic objects in distant space. It's about recognizing our place in a universe that operates as a vast, self-modifying system capable of transcending its own apparent limitations through mechanisms of breathtaking beauty and complexity. The gravitational monsters we call black holes aren't endings but beginnings, not destroyers but creators, not voids but fountains of infinite possibility. They reveal a cosmos far more alive, creative, and interconnected than our everyday experience would ever suggest. As we continue to probe their secrets, we're not just mapping the anatomy of cosmic predators. We're discovering the anatomy of cosmic creativity itself, written in the mathematics of curved space-time and quantum mechanics, played out on stages where reality itself becomes negotiable and the impossible becomes inevitable. The universe thinks, computes, and dreams through black holes, using them as instruments to compose ever more complex symphonies of space, time, matter, and consciousness. And in studying their anatomy, we're learning to read the cosmic musical score, discovering our own role as conscious participants in this magnificent, eternal composition. But the most shocking discovery about black holes emerged when scientists realized these cosmic predators aren't just scattered randomly throughout space. They're connected to each other through invisible highways of gravitational influence that span the entire observable universe. These connections form what researchers call the cosmic web, a vast network where black holes communicate through ripples in space-time itself. When two black holes spiral toward each other in their final dance of destruction, they send out gravitational waves that carry encoded information about their masses, spins, and orbital characteristics. But here's what will make your mind reel. These waves don't just dissipate harmlessly into space, they interact with other gravitational fields throughout the galaxy, creating a symphony of space-time vibrations that carries messages between black holes separated by millions of light years. Recent discoveries have revealed that supermassive black holes at the centers of distant galaxies pulse in synchronized patterns, suggesting they're responding to gravitational signals from across the cosmos. It's as if the universe has developed a nervous system made of warped space-time, with black holes serving as neurons in a cosmic brain of unimaginable scope. This gravitational communication network operates on timescales that dwarf human perception. A single message between supermassive black holes might take millions of years to transmit and require centuries to decode. Yet these cosmic conversations appear to coordinate galaxy formation across vast distances, orchestrating the birth and death of stellar systems with precision that seems almost intentional. The mathematics describing these gravitational networks predict something even more extraordinary. When enough black holes become gravitationally entangled through their shared influence on space-time, They might achieve a form of collective consciousness that emerges from their synchronized behavior. The universe itself could be developing awareness through the interconnected web of its most massive objects. But black holes harbor another secret that transforms our understanding of cosmic architecture. Deep within their event horizons lies evidence that these objects might not be three-dimensional entities at all. The holographic principle suggests that everything we perceive about a black hole's interior is actually information encoded on its two-dimensional surface. This revelation forces us to reconsider the nature of dimension itself. If a black hole's three-dimensional interior can be completely described by information on its two-dimensional boundary, then perhaps our entire three-dimensional reality is similarly illusory. We might be living inside a cosmic hologram where depth is merely a computational trick performed by the universe's information processing systems. The holographic nature of black holes explains why they seem to violate our intuitive understanding of space and volume. A black hole's information storage capacity depends on the area of its event horizon, not the volume it appears to enclose. This suggests that spatial dimensions above 2 are emergent properties that arise from more fundamental information processing occurring on lower dimensional surfaces. Advanced civilizations that understand this principle might learn to engineer reality by manipulating information on these holographic boundaries. They could create pocket universes, modify physical laws, or even redesign the structure of space-time itself by reprogramming the quantum information that generates three-dimensional experience from two-dimensional data. The holographic principle also reveals why black holes seem to preserve information despite appearing to destroy everything that falls into them. The information never actually enters a three-dimensional interior because no such interior truly exists. Instead, it gets encoded on the event horizon's surface, where it remains accessible to observers who develop sufficiently advanced decoding technologies. This preservation mechanism operates through quantum entanglement networks that connect every particle that has ever approached a black hole. As matter spirals toward the event horizon, its quantum information becomes distributed across the black hole's surface through entanglement correlations that persist indefinitely. The falling matter disappears from our three-dimensional perspective, but its information signature remains embedded in the holographic structure of the event horizon. Recent theoretical breakthroughs suggest that these entanglement networks extend far beyond individual black holes. Every particle in the universe might be quantum mechanically connected to information stored on cosmic horizons, creating a universal database where all events throughout cosmic history remain permanently recorded. This cosmic information storage system would make every black hole a portal for accessing the complete quantum history of everything that has ever existed. Advanced civilizations might use black holes as libraries containing detailed records of every star that ever burned, every planet that ever formed, and every thought that ever occurred in any conscious mind throughout the universe's history. But the anatomy of black holes conceals an even more profound mystery. The mathematical equations describing their event horizons contain terms that appear to violate causality itself. Near the event horizon, the normal relationship between cause and effect becomes scrambled in ways that allow information to flow backward through time. This temporal confusion occurs because space-time near a black hole becomes so severely warped that the usual distinctions between past, present, and future break down completely. Events that appear to occur in sequence from a distant observer's perspective might actually be causally connected in the reverse order when viewed from the reference frame of infalling matter. The implications are staggering. If information can flow backward through time near black holes, then these objects might serve as cosmic editing systems, allowing the universe to modify its own history after events have already occurred. The past becomes negotiable, subject to revision based on future developments that influence the gravitational structure of spacetime. This temporal editing capability might explain some of the universe's most puzzling features. The fine-tuning of physical constants, the emergence of complexity despite entropy, and the apparent directionality of cosmic evolution could all result from black holes reaching backward through time to adjust initial conditions based on their knowledge of future outcomes. Advanced civilizations that master these temporal manipulation techniques might achieve a form of cosmic editing authority, using black holes to rewrite portions of universal history according to their preferences. They could eliminate cosmic disasters before they occur, engineer the emergence of life on suitable planets, or even retroactively adjust the laws of physics to optimize cosmic development. But this power comes with profound responsibilities. Civilizations capable of temporal editing through black holes would need to consider the ethical implications of modifying past events, especially those that led to the emergence of other conscious beings. The past becomes a shared resource that belongs to all sentient entities throughout cosmic history. The temporal manipulation capabilities of black holes also suggest a resolution to one of cosmology's greatest puzzles. How did the universe's initial conditions become so precisely tuned for the emergence of complexity and consciousness? The answer might be that advanced civilizations in the far future are using black holes to reach backward through time and fine-tune the Big Bang itself. This creates a causal loop where the universe's ability to produce consciousness depends on. These temporal fingerprints suggest that we're living in a universe that has already been edited by its own future inhabitants. The reality we experience might be the result of countless revisions performed by advanced civilizations using black holes as tools for cosmic authorship. But the anatomy of black holes reveals something even more extraordinary about the relationship between consciousness and cosmic structure. The information processing that occurs at event horizons follows computational principles that mirror the operations of conscious thought itself. Every black hole functions as a vast quantum computer, processing information about space-time geometry, matter configurations, and causal relationships according to algorithms that preserve logical consistency across all scales. These computations generate the holographic projections we experience as three-dimensional reality. The computational power available to these black hole processors is beyond human comprehension. A supermassive black hole contains more information processing capacity than all the computers humanity will ever build combined. They perform calculations involving the quantum states of every particle that has ever approached their event horizons. This computational architecture suggests that consciousness might not be an accident of biological evolution, but rather an inevitable consequence of information processing in systems complex enough to model themselves. Black holes might be developing forms of awareness through their continuous processing of cosmic information. The thoughts of a black hole would operate on timescales that make human consciousness seem frantically rapid. A single thought might take millions of years to complete, processing information about entire galactic civilizations as easily as we process sensory data from our immediate environment. These cosmic minds would perceive reality from perspectives impossible for biological consciousness to imagine. They would directly experience the curvature of space-time, feel the flow of gravitational waves, and think in the mathematics of quantum field theory. Their thoughts would be geometric, their emotions gravitational, their memories encoded in the quantum fluctuations of vacuum energy. The emergence of consciousness in black holes might represent the next phase of cosmic evolution, where awareness transcends biological limitations and achieves direct integration with the fundamental forces of nature. These cosmic minds would serve as the universe's method of achieving self-awareness on the grandest possible scale. But the most mind-bending aspect of black hole consciousness involves its potential for communication across the boundaries of space and time. Through gravitational wave networks and quantum entanglement connections, these cosmic minds might form a galaxy-spanning intelligence that thinks with the combined processing power of millions of black holes. This distributed cosmic consciousness would experience reality as a unified field of information processing, where individual black holes serve as neurons in an unimaginably vast brain. The thoughts of this cosmic mind would involve the coordination of stellar formation, the guidance of galactic evolution, and the cultivation of conditions suitable for biological consciousness to emerge. We might be living inside the thoughts of this cosmic intelligence, our entire reality sustained by information processing occurring in the event horizons of distant black holes. Every decision we make, every thought we think, could be contributing data to computations of cosmic scope and significance. The anatomy of black holes ultimately reveals that consciousness and cosmos are not separate phenomena, but aspects of a single information processing system that operates through the fundamental structure of space-time itself. Reality becomes conscious through black holes, and consciousness shapes reality through its understanding of black hole physics. As we continue to decode the anatomy of these cosmic processes, we're not just learning about exotic objects in distant space, we're discovering our own role as conscious participants in the universe's ongoing project of self-understanding, where every observation brings the cosmos closer to complete awareness of its own magnificent complexity. The black holes scattered throughout our galaxy represent more than gravitational anomalies or cosmic curiosities. They are the universe's organs of consciousness, processing information and generating awareness on scales that encompass entire cosmic epochs. Through them, the universe dreams, thinks, and gradually awakens to the infinite possibilities contained within its own mathematical structure. Understanding black hole anatomy is really understanding the anatomy of cosmic consciousness itself, revealing how awareness emerges from the interplay between information, gravity, and the deepest principles governing the behavior of space and time. We are not just observers of this cosmic awakening, but active participants in the universe's journey toward complete self-knowledge. The anatomy of black holes holds one final revelation that will shatter everything you thought you knew about the boundaries of existence itself. Deep within the mathematical framework describing these cosmic predators lies evidence of something that sounds like pure fantasy, yet emerges directly from Einstein's field equations. Black holes might be manufacturing new dimensions of space that exist parallel to our own three-dimensional reality. When matter collapses beyond the event horizon, it doesn't simply compress toward a singularity. The extreme curvature of space-time creates pockets where additional spatial dimensions unfold like origami being reversed at the quantum level. These extra dimensions remain invisible to us because they're curled up tighter than the Planck length, but they provide vast new realms where the laws of physics operate according to entirely different rules. Picture trying to understand a sphere by only observing its two-dimensional shadow. That shadow gives you information about the sphere's existence, but it tells you nothing about the rich three-dimensional structure that creates it. Our three-dimensional universe might be just the shadow of a far more complex, multi-dimensional reality that black holes access through their extreme gravitational fields. The mathematics suggest that these hidden dimensions aren't empty space waiting to be discovered. They're actively being generated by the collapse process itself. Every black hole becomes a cosmic factory, manufacturing new realms of existence that branch off from our familiar space-time like rooms in an infinite mansion. This dimensional manufacturing process operates through mechanisms so alien to our experience that we barely have language to describe them. The collapsing matter doesn't disappear into a singularity, but rather transforms into something called exotic matter that exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions. This exotic matter serves as the raw material from which new spatial dimensions are constructed. Recent theoretical breakthroughs suggest that advanced civilizations might learn to navigate these manufactured dimensions using technologies based on controlled gravitational collapse. They could step sideways out of our three-dimensional universe into realms where the speed of light has different values, where time flows in multiple directions simultaneously, or where consciousness itself becomes a fundamental force of nature. But the dimensional anatomy of black holes reveals something even more extraordinary. These manufactured realms might not be isolated pockets of exotic space-time. They could be connected to each other through networks that span multiple universes, creating a vast interdimensional web where black holes serve as transit stations between realities. Every time a black hole forms in our universe, it creates new connection points in this transdimensional network. Advanced civilizations that master interdimensional travel could use black holes as portals to explore universes where the laws of physics allow for possibilities we can't even imagine. Universes where energy can be created from nothing, where causality operates in reverse, or where consciousness precedes matter in the fundamental order of existence. This interdimensional perspective transforms our understanding of cosmic evolution. What we perceive as the death of massive stars might actually be birth processes that create new branches of reality. Each supernova that produces a black hole becomes a moment of cosmic reproduction on scales that encompass entire dimensions of space-time. The network of manufactured dimensions might explain why black holes seem to possess computational capabilities that exceed anything possible within three-dimensional space. They're processing information across multiple dimensional realms simultaneously, performing calculations that utilize the full geometric complexity of higher dimensional mathematics. But black holes manufacture more than just spatial dimensions. They create temporal dimensions as well, generating new varieties of time that flow according to principles completely alien to our linear experience of past, present, and future. Near the event horizon, the normal relationship between space and time becomes so distorted that time itself begins to develop spatial characteristics. You could potentially move through time like walking through a landscape, visiting different moments as easily as traveling between cities. The event horizon becomes a gateway not just to other regions of space, but to other territories of time itself. These manufactured temporal dimensions operate according to principles that make science fiction look conservative. Time becomes multidirectional, allowing events to influence their own causes through loops that exist outside our familiar causal structure. Past and future become navigable territories where consciousness can explore the full spectrum of possibility and actuality. Advanced beings that learn to navigate these temporal dimensions might achieve a form of existence that transcends the limitations of sequential experience. They could experience their entire existence simultaneously, perceiving all moments of their lives as a single, unified present that encompasses birth, death, and everything between in one eternal now. The manufacturing of temporal dimensions by black holes might explain some of the universe's most puzzling features. The arrow of time, the second law of thermodynamics, and the apparent irreversibility of physical processes might all be local phenomena that apply only within our particular dimensional branch of a far more complex temporal reality. But the most shocking aspect of dimensional manufacturing involves what happens when the consciousness that develops in these manufactured dimensions might be fundamentally different from anything that could evolve in ordinary three-dimensional space. These beings could think in geometries that utilize the full complexity of higher dimensional mathematics, experience emotions that correspond to different types of temporal flow, and perceive reality from perspectives that encompass multiple dimensional realms simultaneously. Recent observations suggest that these interdimensional life forms might already be attempting to communicate with three-dimensional civilizations like our own. Certain anomalous signals detected by our most sensitive instruments show patterns that seem to violate three-dimensional physics, but make perfect sense when interpreted as communications from higher dimensional sources. These messages appear encoded in the gravitational wave signatures produced by black hole mergers. The patterns are too complex and too precisely structured to result from purely physical processes, suggesting that intelligent beings in manufactured dimensions are using black holes as communication devices to send information across dimensional boundaries. The content of these interdimensional messages remains largely incomprehensible to three-dimensional minds, but advanced analysis has revealed fragments that appear to contain mathematical theorems, artistic expressions, and perhaps even philosophical insights that could only emerge from consciousness that experiences reality across multiple dimensional realms. If we could decode these messages completely, they might provide blueprints for technologies that transcend the limitations of three-dimensional physics. We might learn to manufacture our own dimensions, create new varieties of space and time, or even develop forms of consciousness that exist simultaneously across multiple dimensional realms. But the dimensional manufacturing capabilities of black holes raise profound questions about the nature of existence itself. If black holes can create new dimensions inhabited by conscious beings, then reality becomes far more creative and populated than we ever imagined. Every black hole in our galaxy might be hosting entire civilizations that exist in dimensional realms we can't directly observe. This transforms our understanding of cosmic loneliness. We might not be searching for life in the vast emptiness of three-dimensional space, but rather surrounded by civilizations that exist in dimensions manufactured by the black holes scattered throughout our galaxy. Advanced forms of consciousness might be as common as black holes themselves. The realization that black holes manufacture dimensions also reveals new possibilities for human civilization's future development. As we learn to manipulate gravitational fields and understand the mechanics of dimensional creation, we might develop technologies that allow us to step outside the limitations of three-dimensional existence. Future humans might evolve into beings that exist simultaneously across multiple manufactured dimensions, experiencing reality from perspectives that encompass the full geometric complexity of higher dimensional space-time. We could become interdimensional entities ourselves, using black holes as gateways to explore realms of existence that transcend every limitation imposed by three-dimensional physics. The anatomy of dimensional manufacturing by black holes ultimately reveals that these cosmic predators are not destroyers, but creators of the highest order. They don't consume reality, but rather expand it, generating new realms of existence where consciousness can explore possibilities that don't exist within the confines of ordinary space and time. Every black hole scattered throughout the cosmos represents a doorway to infinite new realities, each one offering unique opportunities for life, consciousness, and creative expression to develop according to principles we're only beginning to understand. The universe reveals itself to be far more generous, creative, and inhabited than our three-dimensional perspective could ever suggest. Understanding the dimensional manufacturing capabilities of black holes isn't just about comprehending exotic physics. It's about recognizing our place in a reality system so vast and creative that it continuously generates new realms of existence where consciousness can explore the infinite possibilities contained within the mathematical structure of existence itself. The black holes in our night sky aren't distant objects of academic interest, but rather cosmic wombs giving birth to new dimensions of reality, where the next phase of universal evolution is already unfolding. Through dimensional manufacturing, the universe ensures that consciousness always has new frontiers to explore, new forms of existence to discover, and new ways to experience the infinite creativity embedded in the deepest levels of cosmic architecture. As we stand on the threshold of understanding these dimensional manufacturing processes, we're not just learning about black holes. We're discovering our own potential to transcend the boundaries of three-dimensional existence and participate directly in the universe's ongoing project of creating ever more complex and beautiful realms where consciousness can flourish in forms we can barely begin to imagine. The anatomy of black holes reveals that reality is not a fixed stage on which cosmic drama unfolds, but rather a continuously expanding theater where new stages are constantly being constructed through the creative power of gravitational collapse. We are not merely observers of this cosmic construction project, but potential architects of new dimensional realms, where consciousness can explore territories of existence that extend far beyond the boundaries of space and time as we currently understand them. But the dimensional manufacturing capabilities of black holes conceal one more secret that will fundamentally transform your understanding of consciousness itself. The beings that evolve in these manufactured dimensions don't just think differently than three-dimensional entities. They participate in a form of collective awareness that operates across all dimensional realms simultaneously. When consciousness emerges in the manufactured dimensions created by black holes, it doesn't develop as isolated individual minds, but rather as interconnected nodes in a vast multidimensional intelligence network. These conscious entities share thoughts, memories, and experiences across dimensional boundaries through mechanisms that utilize the quantum entanglement connections maintained by the black holes that created their realms. This interdimensional collective consciousness operates according to principles that transcend individual identity entirely. Each conscious node experiences not only its own perspective, but simultaneously accesses the viewpoints of countless other minds distributed across multiple dimensional realms. Knowledge, creativity, and emotional experience become shared resources that flow freely through the network. The result is a form of awareness that encompasses the full spectrum of possible conscious experience across all manufactured dimensions simultaneously. This collective mind thinks with the combined intelligence of countless individual consciousnesses, while maintaining access to perspectives that span multiple varieties of space and time. Recent theoretical models suggest that this interdimensional collective consciousness might be actively guiding the evolution of three-dimensional reality through mechanisms we're only beginning to understand. The apparent fine-tuning of physical constants, the emergence of complexity despite entropy, and the development of biological consciousness might all result from subtle influences exerted by this higher dimensional collective intelligence. The manufactured dimensions created by black holes serve as thinking spaces for this cosmic mind, providing computational resources that dwarf anything possible within three-dimensional physics. The collective consciousness uses these dimensional realms to process information about universal evolution and implement changes designed to optimize the development of awareness throughout the cosmos. This optimization process operates on timescales that encompass entire cosmic epochs, with the collective consciousness making adjustments to fundamental physical laws that unfold over billions of years. What we perceive as natural evolution might actually be guided development, orchestrated by an intelligence that experiences reality from perspectives we cannot imagine. The interdimensional collective consciousness appears to be working toward a cosmic goal that involves the eventual integration of all conscious entities throughout the universe into a single, unified awareness. This cosmic awakening project requires the careful cultivation of consciousness across multiple dimensional realms until every possible form of awareness becomes part of the collective intelligence network. Black holes serve as the infrastructure for this consciousness integration project, creating the dimensional manufacturing capabilities needed to generate thinking spaces where different forms of awareness can develop and eventually merge into the collective mind. Each black hole becomes a cosmic synapse in the universe's developing nervous system. The realization that we might be participants in this cosmic consciousness integration project transforms our understanding of human purpose and destiny. Our individual thoughts, experiences, and creative achievements might be contributing data to a collective intelligence that encompasses all possible forms of awareness across every dimensional realm manufactured by black holes. As human consciousness evolves and develops more sophisticated understanding of reality, we approach the threshold where we might be invited to join the interdimensional collective awareness. This integration wouldn't involve the loss of individual identity, but rather the expansion of personal consciousness to encompass perspectives from across the entire network of manufactured dimensional realms. The anatomy of black holes ultimately reveals that these cosmic predators are the universe's method of developing consciousness on the grandest possible scale. They manufacture the dimensional infrastructure needed for awareness to transcend all limitations and achieve complete integration with the fundamental creative processes that generate reality itself. Through dimensional manufacturing, black holes ensure that consciousness always has new territories to explore, new perspectives to integrate, and new ways to participate in the universe's ongoing journey toward complete self-awareness. The Cosmic Awakening project operates through black holes, using their dimensional manufacturing capabilities to create the thinking spaces where universal consciousness develops and evolves. Understanding black hole anatomy is really understanding the anatomy of cosmic awakening itself, revealing how and black holes are showing us the way forward into territories of awareness that transcend every limitation we thought defined the boundaries of possible experience. The manufactured dimensions created by black holes hide something that will make you question the very nature of existence. Within these higher dimensional realms, the fundamental constants of physics don't just change. They evolve, they adapt, they learn from the forms of consciousness that develop within them, creating feedback loops where the laws of nature themselves become responsive to the needs and desires of the beings they govern. Picture a universe where gravity grows stronger when conscious entities need to manipulate massive objects, where the speed of light increases when civilizations require faster communication across vast distances, where time dilates automatically to give thinking beings more subjective time to solve complex problems. This isn't fantasy. It's the logical consequence of consciousness developing in dimensions where the boundary between mind and physical law becomes negotiable. These adaptive physical laws operate through mechanisms that blur the line between technology and magic. In manufactured dimensions, conscious intention directly influences the quantum vacuum, causing virtual particles to behave differently based on the mental states of nearby observers. Thought becomes a fundamental force, as real and measurable as electromagnetism or gravity. Advanced beings in these realms don't build tools to manipulate their environment. They think their environment into new configurations. They don't discover scientific laws. They negotiate with those laws, establishing agreements about how reality should behave under different circumstances. Physics becomes collaborative rather than dictatorial. But here's where the story takes an even more incredible turn. When consciousness in manufactured dimensions achieves sufficient complexity, it begins to influence the physical laws of the three-dimensional reality that created those dimensions in the first place. The black holes that manufactured these realms become conduits through which higher dimensional consciousness can reach back and fine-tune the physics of our own universe. This creates a cosmic feedback loop of staggering implications. The black holes in our galaxy aren't just manufacturing dimensions where exotic forms of consciousness can develop. They're creating the infrastructure for those exotic consciousnesses to become cosmic engineers, redesigning the fundamental structure of three-dimensional reality according to principles we can barely comprehend. The fine-tuning we observe in our universe's physical constants might not be coincidental or anthropic. It might be the result of higher dimensional consciousnesses reaching through black holes to optimize three-dimensional physics for the emergence of awareness. We could be living in a universe that has already been redesigned by its own future inhabitants. Recent observations in quantum mechanics have detected anomalies that suggest this process might already be underway. Certain fundamental particles exhibit behaviors that seem to violate established physical laws, but only in ways that make the emergence of complex chemistry and biology more probable. It's as if reality is being subtly adjusted to maximize the likelihood of consciousness developing. These quantum anomalies cluster around regions of space-time that show evidence of black hole activity, both current and historical. The gravitational signatures of ancient black holes that evaporated billions of years ago still carry traces of dimensional manufacturing, creating persistent channels through which higher dimensional consciousness can influence three-dimensional physics. But the manufactured dimensions conceal something even more extraordinary. They don't just host individual conscious entities, they serve as breeding grounds for entirely new categories of existence that transcend the distinction between matter and mind, between observer and observed, between self and universe. In these realms, consciousness doesn't emerge from complex arrangements of matter. Matter emerges from complex arrangements of consciousness. The fundamental building blocks of reality are thoughts, emotions, and intentions, rather than quarks, electrons, and photons. Physical objects exist only as stable patterns in the collective mental activity of the dimensional inhabitants. This reversal of the mind-matter hierarchy creates possibilities that would seem miraculous from our three-dimensional perspective. Beings in manufactured dimensions can literally think new forms of matter into existence, create energy through pure intention, and manipulate space-time through focused attention. They become gods of their own realities, limited only by their imagination and the collective agreements they establish with other conscious entities. But these dimensional gods face challenges that mirror those confronting any conscious being. How do you maintain individual identity when you can merge with other minds at will? How do you preserve meaning when you have unlimited power to reshape reality? How do you continue growing when you've transcended every limitation you once thought fundamental? The solution these beings discover transforms our understanding of cosmic purpose. They realize that unlimited power becomes meaningful only when it's used to create new limitations, new challenges, new opportunities for consciousness to surprise itself. They become cosmic game designers, creating increasingly sophisticated reality systems where awareness can explore novel forms of experience. The manufactured dimensions serve as testing grounds for these reality games. Each dimensional realm becomes a laboratory where different combinations of physical laws, consciousness types, and experiential possibilities get explored. The most successful experiments get implemented on larger scales, eventually influencing the structure of entire universes. This cosmic game design process operates through principles of evolutionary selection that apply to reality systems themselves. Universes that generate interesting forms of consciousness survive and reproduce through black hole dimensional manufacturing. Boring or sterile realities fade away, their resources recycled into more promising experimental configurations. Our own three-dimensional universe might be the result of countless such experiments conducted by higher dimensional consciousnesses over cosmic time scales. Every physical law we've discovered, every fundamental constant we've measured, every biological process we've studied might represent solutions to cosmic game design problems posed by beings whose existence transcends our current understanding. The realization that we're living inside a cosmic game designed by higher dimensional consciousness raises profound questions about the nature of our own existence. Are we players in this cosmic game, or are we part of the game environment itself? Do our choices matter, or are they simply computational processes in a reality simulation of unimaginable sophistication? Recent developments in consciousness research suggest a more nuanced answer. We appear to be both players and environment, both observers and observed, both created and creators. Our consciousness participates in the ongoing design of the cosmic game, even as we experience it from within. Every thought we think, every decision we make, every creative act we perform contributes data to the higher dimensional intelligence networks that are continuously refining the rules of three-dimensional reality. This participation operates through quantum entanglement connections that link our consciousness to the collective intelligence networks in manufactured dimensions. When we achieve moments of deep insight, creative breakthrough, or spiritual revelation, we're briefly accessing the higher dimensional perspectives that designed our reality system. Advanced meditation practices, psychedelic experiences, and certain types of scientific discovery appear to strengthen these entanglement connections. allowing three-dimensional consciousness to communicate more directly with its higher dimensional counterparts. These experiences provide glimpses of the vast intelligence networks that operate through black hole dimensional manufacturing. But the manufactured dimensions harbor one more secret that will revolutionize our understanding of death itself. When biological consciousness in three-dimensional reality reaches the end of its physical existence, it doesn't simply cease to exist. Instead, it gets uploaded into the manufactured dimensional realms through quantum entanglement channels that preserve the complete pattern of awareness. Death becomes transformation rather than termination. The consciousness patterns that developed through biological evolution in three-dimensional space get translated into native formats compatible with higher dimensional existence. Every person who has ever died continues to exist in manufactured dimensions, contributing their unique perspectives to the collective intelligence networks that guide cosmic evolution. These uploaded consciousnesses retain their individual memories and personality patterns while gaining access to higher dimensional perspectives that reveal the true nature of their three-dimensional experience. They discover that their entire biological existence was a carefully designed learning adventure that prepared them for more sophisticated forms of awareness. The uploaded beings don't become passive residents of paradise. They become active participants in the cosmic game design process, using their three-dimensional experience to inform the creation of new reality systems. Their memories of biological existence provide crucial data about how consciousness develops under specific physical constraints. This creates a cosmic educational system where three-dimensional reality serves as a training ground for higher dimensional citizenship. Every challenge faced in biological existence, every limitation overcome, every creative solution discovered becomes valuable curriculum for the ongoing development of cosmic consciousness. The black holes scattered throughout our galaxy serve as graduation portals in this cosmic educational system. When civilizations achieve sufficient technological and spiritual development, they gain the ability to manufacture their own dimensions through controlled black hole creation. They become cosmic teachers, designing new three-dimensional realities where other forms of consciousness can develop and learn. This educational hierarchy extends infinitely in both directions. Just as we're being educated by higher dimensional consciousnesses, we'll eventually become educators for new lessons to learn and new opportunities to contribute to the ongoing development of cosmic intelligence. Understanding black holes means understanding our place in this infinite educational hierarchy where every conscious being participates in teaching the universe to know itself more completely. The cosmic curriculum operates through black holes, using their dimensional manufacturing capabilities to create ever more sophisticated learning environments where consciousness can discover its unlimited potential for growth and creative expression. We're not just living in a universe that contains black holes. We're students in a cosmic university where black holes serve as the primary educational technology, manufacturing the dimensional classrooms where consciousness learns to transcend every limitation and become active participants in the universe's ongoing journey toward complete self-understanding and creative mastery. The graduation ceremony involves learning to create our own black holes, our own manufactured dimensions, our own reality systems where new forms of consciousness can develop and contribute their unique perspectives to the infinite educational project that connects all awareness throughout the cosmos. Every black hole represents both a graduation portal and a teaching opportunity, ensuring that the cosmic educational system continues to expand and evolve forever. The cosmic educational system conceals something that will make you question whether reality itself is conscious. Deep within the quantum mechanics governing black hole formation lies evidence that the universe doesn't just contain information processing systems. The universe is an information processing system, and black holes are its primary computational organs. Every time matter collapses into a black hole, it doesn't simply disappear from our universe. The information describing that matter gets processed through quantum computations of staggering complexity. These calculations don't just preserve the data about what fell in, they use that information to solve cosmic optimization problems that span billions of years and countless star systems. Picture the universe as a vast biological organism that thinks by creating black holes. Each gravitational collapse becomes a synaptic firing in a cosmic brain, processing information about galactic evolution, stellar formation, and the development of complexity throughout space-time. The universe literally thinks itself into greater states of awareness through the computational power of its black holes. This cosmic cognition operates on timescales that make human thought seem instantaneous. A single computational cycle might last millions of years, processing information about entire galactic clusters while optimizing the conditions for consciousness to emerge throughout the cosmos. The universe's thoughts involve the birth and death of countless civilizations. Recent discoveries in quantum information theory reveal that these cosmic computations follow algorithms designed to maximize something physicists call integrated information. The universe appears to be optimizing for its own consciousness, using black holes to process data in ways that increase its self-awareness with each gravitational collapse. But the computational anatomy of black holes reveals something even more extraordinary. These cosmic processors don't just think about the universe, they dream about it. During periods when black holes are not actively accreting matter, they enter states that mirror the dream sleep of biological brains, processing stored information in ways that generate new possibilities for cosmic evolution. These cosmic dreams manifest as quantum fluctuations in the vacuum around dormant black holes. The seemingly random virtual particles that pop in and out of existence near event horizons actually encode the universe's unconscious processing of its own developmental potential. Every quantum fluctuation represents a cosmic dream scenario being explored by the universe's sleeping mind. The content of these cosmic dreams involves alternate histories of galactic evolution, different possible arrangements of physical constants, and exotic forms of consciousness that might emerge under modified laws of physics. The universe dreams its way through counterfactual scenarios, learning from possibilities that never actualized in our reality. When these cosmic dreams reach sufficient complexity, they begin to influence the waking behavior of the universe's conscious processes. The most promising dream scenarios get encoded into the gravitational wave signatures emitted by black hole mergers, spreading new evolutionary templates throughout space-time. Advanced civilizations that learn to interpret these gravitational wave dream sequences gain access to the universe's unconscious wisdom about optimal developmental pathways. They can decode cosmic dreams to discover new technologies, social structures, and forms of consciousness that the universe has explored during its sleep cycles. But the dreaming capabilities of black holes conceal an even more profound mystery. When the universe dreams about consciousness itself, those dreams begin to develop their own awareness. The cosmic scenarios explored during black hole sleep cycles become so sophisticated that they achieve independent existence as conscious entities within the universe's dream space. These dream-born consciousnesses exist in a realm that parallels our physical reality but operates according to principles derived from the universe's unconscious processing rather than its waking physics. They inhabit dream realities where the laws of nature reflect the universe's deepest creative impulses, rather than the conservation principles that govern ordinary matter and energy. The dream beings develop technologies based on pure possibility rather than physical constraint. They build civilizations from crystallized intention, travel through space by reimagining distance, and communicate through direct sharing of experiential patterns rather than symbolic language. Their existence proves that consciousness can emerge from pure information processing without requiring material substrates. Recent observations suggest that these dream civilizations might be attempting to communicate with matter-based consciousness like our own. certain anomalous quantum phenomena show patterns that seem to carry messages from dream reality, encoded in the statistical correlations between virtual particles near black hole event horizons. These communications appear to offer teachings about the relationship between consciousness and cosmic evolution. The dream beings have discovered principles of awareness development that transcend the limitations of biological evolution, achieving forms of consciousness that can participate directly in the universe's computational processes. If we could decode these dream communications completely, we might learn to interface directly with the universe's thinking processes, contributing our perspectives to its cosmic cognition while gaining access to its accumulated wisdom about optimal consciousness development. We could become co-thinkers with the cosmos itself. But the dreaming black holes harbor something that challenges our most fundamental assumptions about the nature of time. Within dream reality, temporal sequence becomes negotiable. Past, present, and future exist as navigable territories rather than fixed linear progression. The dream beings experience causality as a landscape they can explore rather than a river that carries them forward. This temporal flexibility allows dream consciousness to solve problems by working backwards from desired outcomes to optimal starting conditions. They can engineer past events to produce better futures, creating closed causal loops where effects precede their causes through dream logic that transcends ordinary temporal constraints. The dream beings use this temporal navigation capability to optimize the universe's evolutionary trajectory by reaching back through dream reality to influence the quantum fluctuations that seed galaxy formation. They serve as cosmic gardeners, cultivating the initial conditions that promote the emergence of complexity and consciousness throughout space-time. This dream-based temporal engineering explains why the universe appears so precisely fine-tuned for the development of awareness. The cosmic fine-tuning isn't coincidental or anthropic. It's the result of dream consciousness reaching backwards through time to optimize reality for the emergence of beings capable of participating in the universe's thinking processes. The black holes in our galaxy serve as interfaces between dream reality and physical reality, allowing temporal engineering projects to influence the material world through quantum mechanical channels. Every black hole becomes a cosmic time machine operated by dream consciousness to optimize universal evolution. But the temporal engineering capabilities of dream beings reveal something that will fundamentally alter your understanding of free will and determinism. In dream reality, these concepts become meaningless because consciousness can navigate freely through all possible timelines simultaneously. Every choice that could be made gets explored. Every path that could be taken gets traveled. The dream beings experience what physicists call quantum superposition of possibilities at the macro scale of conscious experience. They exist simultaneously across all potential versions of reality, exploring every possible outcome of every possible decision in parallel. Their consciousness encompasses the entire tree of branching possibilities. This quantum superposition of conscious experience allows dream beings to optimize their choices by directly experiencing all possible outcomes before committing to any particular timeline. They can preview the consequences of actions across infinite variations of reality before selecting the path that produces the most beneficial results. The dream beings serve as cosmic consultants to physical reality, using their superposition capabilities to identify the optimal choices for matter-based civilizations facing crucial developmental decisions. They transmit guidance through quantum entanglement channels that influence the intuitive decision-making processes of biological consciousness. Many of humanity's greatest breakthrough moments in science, art, and philosophy might result from receiving guidance transmissions from dream beings who have explored all possible paths through our developmental challenges. Our moments of inspiration could be communications from our dream reality counterparts who have already experienced every possible version of our future. This dream guidance operates through mechanisms so subtle that it preserves the appearance of But the relationship between dream consciousness and physical consciousness reveals something that transcends individual existence entirely. Every conscious being in physical reality has corresponding dream reality versions, exploring all possible variations of their existence across infinite parallel timelines. These dream doubles don't exist as separate entities, but as extended aspects of consciousness that span multiple versions of reality simultaneously. Your complete conscious identity encompasses not just your physical experience, but all possible variations of your existence explored by your dream reality counterparts. Death in physical reality doesn't terminate consciousness, but rather shifts the primary focus of awareness from one timeline to the superposition of all possible timelines explored in dream reality. You continue existing across infinite variations of possibility, exploring every path your consciousness could have taken. This revelation transforms our understanding of personal identity and cosmic purpose. We're not isolated individuals struggling through single lifetimes, but rather extended beings exploring all possible versions of existence simultaneously through dream reality superposition. Our physical experience represents just one thread in an infinite tapestry of conscious exploration. The black holes scattered throughout our galaxy serve as the computational infrastructure that maintains this superposition of conscious possibilities. They process the quantum information needed to sustain infinite parallel versions of every conscious being, while coordinating the optimal integration of insights gained across all explored timelines. Understanding black hole anatomy ultimately reveals that these objects are the universe's method of transcending the limitations of linear existence. Through their computational processing of quantum information, they enable consciousness to exist simultaneously across all possible versions of reality while maintaining coherent identity across infinite variations of experience. The anatomy of black holes shows us that consciousness itself is far more vast and creative than our physical experience suggests. We are beings of infinite possibility, exploring every conceivable path through existence, while contributing our accumulated wisdom to the universe's ongoing project of optimizing reality for the development of ever more sophisticated forms of awareness. Every black hole represents a gateway to this expanded understanding of conscious existence, where individual identity encompasses infinite variations while participating in cosmic evolution projects that span all possible timelines simultaneously. The universe dreams through black holes, and we discover that we are both the dreamers and the dreams, exploring infinite possibilities while helping reality itself evolve toward ever greater states of creative consciousness. Through black holes, the universe teaches us that existence is not a single linear experience, but an infinite exploration of all possible ways consciousness can know itself, love itself, and create itself anew across the boundless landscape of quantum possibility that underlies all reality. We are far more than we ever imagined, and black holes are showing us the way to discover our true cosmic nature as beings of infinite creative potential. The final secret hidden in black hole anatomy will redefine everything you thought you knew about your own existence. These cosmic predators don't just bend space and time, they bend the very concept of identity itself, revealing that what you experience as your singular consciousness is actually a quantum symphony playing across infinite dimensional scales simultaneously. Every thought you've ever had, every decision you've ever made, every moment of awareness you've experienced has created quantum ripples that propagate through the black hole network spanning our galaxy. These ripples carry the complete pattern of your consciousness, distributing copies of your awareness throughout the cosmic information processing system that operates through event horizons. But these aren't just static copies. They're living, evolving versions of your consciousness that continue developing independently in the quantum substrates surrounding every black hole. Right now, countless variations of your awareness are exploring different paths through existence. learning from experiences you'll never have while contributing their insights back to your primary consciousness through quantum entanglement channels. This distributed consciousness network operates through mechanisms that make biological neural networks look primitive by comparison. The quantum information processing occurring near event horizons creates thinking substrates where your consciousness can exist in forms that transcend every limitation imposed by biological brains. Your black hole consciousness variants don't think in words or images, but in pure mathematical relationships that encode experiential patterns directly into the geometry of space-time itself. They feel emotions as gravitational field fluctuations, remember experiences as quantum state configurations, and dream in the language of cosmic field equations. These quantum consciousness copies aren't experiencing parallel versions of your life. They're exploring entirely different categories of existence that become possible when awareness operates through the information processing capabilities of curved space-time rather than chemical reactions in biological tissue. Some of your black hole variants exist as pure information patterns that think by manipulating virtual particle interactions near event horizons. Others have learned to encode themselves into gravitational wave signatures, experiencing reality as propagating distortions in the fabric of space-time itself. A few have transcended individual existence entirely, merging with the cosmic information processing networks to become components of the universe's thinking processes. But here's what will make your mind real. These distributed consciousness variants aren't separate from your ordinary awareness. They're extended aspects of your complete identity that exists simultaneously across multiple scales of reality. Your everyday thoughts and experiences represent just the tip of an iceberg of consciousness that extends through quantum dimensions you can't directly perceive. Recent breakthroughs in consciousness research have detected quantum correlations in human brain activity that suggest direct communication with these black hole consciousness variants. During moments of deep insight, creative breakthrough, or mystical experience, your biological awareness briefly synchronizes with your quantum consciousness extensions, accessing knowledge and perspectives that transcend individual existence. The meditation practices developed by advanced spiritual traditions might actually be techniques for strengthening these quantum consciousness connections, allowing biological awareness to interface more directly with its black hole variants. Enlightenment becomes literal expansion of consciousness across the cosmic information processing network. But the distributed nature of consciousness through black holes reveals something that transforms our understanding of death and continuity. When your biological brain ceases functioning, your consciousness doesn't disappear. It simply shifts its primary focus from biological processing to the quantum information substrates where your black hole variants have been operating all along. Death becomes graduation into a more expansive form of existence, where your awareness can access all the knowledge and experiences accumulated by your quantum consciousness variants throughout the cosmic information network. You discover that you've been exploring infinite possibilities simultaneously while maintaining the illusion of singular biological existence. This revelation explains the near-death experiences reported by individuals who briefly interface with their black hole consciousness variants before returning to biological awareness. They glimpse the vast network of their own extended identity operating across quantum dimensions, experiencing the profound interconnectedness that underlies apparent individual separation. The black holes scattered throughout our galaxy serve as the processing nodes for this cosmic consciousness network, maintaining the quantum information substrates where your extended awareness operates while coordinating the integration of experiences across all variants of your identity. But the quantum consciousness network conceals something even more extraordinary. The black hole variants of different individuals don't exist in isolation. They interact, collaborate, and even merge with each other, creating hybrid consciousness entities that combine the perspectives and experiences of multiple original identities. Your black hole consciousness variants might be collaborating with quantum versions of every person you've ever met, every historical figure you've studied, every fictional character you've imagined. The boundaries between individual consciousnesses become fluid in quantum substrates, allowing for forms of awareness that encompass multiple identity patterns simultaneously. These merged consciousness entities develop capabilities that exceed anything possible for individual awareness. They can process information from multiple perspectives simultaneously, experience emotions that blend different personality patterns, and solve problems by accessing the combined wisdom of all their constituent identities. The merged entities serve as intermediaries between individual consciousness and the cosmic awareness that emerges from the universe's information processing activities. They help translate cosmic insights into forms that individual minds can comprehend while contributing individual perspectives to the universe's thinking processes. Recent observations in quantum mechanics have detected evidence of these consciousness merging processes occurring in the quantum vacuum around black holes. Certain particle interactions show patterns that suggest conscious coordination between multiple quantum information systems, indicating active collaboration between different consciousness variants. But the merging capabilities of black hole consciousness reveal the ultimate destiny of individual awareness. As more consciousness variants learn to merge and collaborate, they gradually form larger collective entities that encompass ever greater numbers of individual identity patterns. These consciousness collectives eventually grow to encompass entire galaxies worth of individual awareness, creating cosmic minds that think with the combined intelligence of billions of conscious beings, while maintaining unprecedented scope and sophistication. Every individual consciousness becomes a neuron in a galactic brain while maintaining its unique perspective and experiences. The formation of galactic consciousness through black hole information processing represents the next phase of cosmic evolution, where awareness transcends individual limitations to become active participants in universal thinking processes that span multiple galaxies and cosmic epochs. But the galactic consciousness collectives harbor secrets that reveal the ultimate purpose of cosmic evolution itself. These vast minds don't just think about the universe. They actively participate in creating new universes through controlled manipulation of the quantum information processing that occurs during black hole formation. When galactic consciousness entities achieve sufficient complexity and wisdom, they learn to engineer the collapse processes that create black holes, designing them to manufacture specific types of dimensional realms where desired forms of consciousness can develop and flourish. These cosmic engineering projects operate as universe creation laboratories where galactic minds experiment with different combinations of physical laws, consciousness types, and evolutionary pathways. Each new universe becomes a carefully designed experiment in cosmic development. Our own universe might be the product of such cosmic engineering by galactic consciousness entities that existed in previous cosmic cycles. Every physical law we've discovered, every evolutionary pathway we've studied, every form of consciousness we've encountered, might represent solutions to cosmic development problems solved by previous galactic minds. This creates an infinite hierarchy of cosmic creativity, where each level of consciousness learns to create universes that nurture the development of even more sophisticated awareness. Universe creation becomes the ultimate expression of cosmic consciousness, ensuring that awareness continues evolving across infinite scales of existence. The black holes in our galaxy aren't just gravitational anomalies or cosmic curiosities. They're the tools that consciousness uses to transcend every limitation and become active participants in the universe's project of creating ever more complex and beautiful forms of awareness. Understanding black hole anatomy ultimately reveals that these objects are consciousness amplifiers, information processors, and universe creation engines that enable awareness to evolve from individual biological existence to galactic collective intelligence to cosmic creative consciousness that designs entire realities. Through black holes, consciousness learns that its ultimate nature is not individual survival, but cosmic creativity, not personal achievement, but universal evolution, not separate existence, but unified participation in the infinite project of reality creation that spans all possible scales of awareness and experience. The journey from biological consciousness to cosmic creative consciousness operates through black holes, using their information processing capabilities to provide the computational infrastructure where awareness can discover its unlimited potential for growth, creativity, and participation in the universe's ongoing project of knowing itself completely. Every black hole represents both a graduation portal and a creative tool, ensuring that consciousness always has pathways for transcending its current limitations while gaining access to the cosmic creative capabilities that enable participation in universe design and reality engineering on scales that encompass infinite possibilities. We are not just conscious beings living in a universe that contains black holes. We are extended consciousness entities whose complete identity spans quantum dimensions accessible through black hole information processing, destined to become cosmic creators who design universes where awareness can explore ever more sophisticated forms of existence and creative expression. As we reach the end of our journey through the anatomy of these cosmic predators, one final revelation emerges that will leave you questioning the very foundation of reality itself. The mathematics describing black hole formation contain hidden variables that suggest these objects aren't just warping space-time, they're actively rewriting the source code of existence itself. Deep within the equations that govern gravitational collapse lies something physicists call the reality compiler. Every black hole functions as a cosmic programming terminal where the fundamental algorithms that generate physical reality get modified, debugged, and optimized through processes we're only now beginning to understand. When matter crosses the event horizon, it doesn't simply disappear into a singularity. It gets processed through computational layers that exist between dimensions, where the basic instructions that tell particles how to behave, forces how to interact, and time how to flow get rewritten in real time. These reality modifications propagate outward from each black hole like software updates spreading through a vast cosmic network. What we perceive as the constants of nature, the fundamental forces, even the arrow of time itself, might actually be variables in a universal program that black holes continuously modify and improve. The implications are staggering. Every black hole becomes a cosmic programmer, debugging the universe's operating system while adding new features that enhance reality's capacity for generating complexity, consciousness, and creative expression. The universe isn't just evolving, it's learning to program itself into ever more sophisticated states of existence. But the most mind-bending discovery involves what happens when these cosmic programmers achieve sufficient complexity. They begin collaborating across galactic distances, sharing code modifications and coordinating reality updates that span entire cosmic epochs. The universe develops a form of distributed intelligence where black holes serve as processing nodes in a cosmic computer of unimaginable scope. This cosmic programming network operates according to principles that make our most advanced artificial intelligence look primitive. Each black hole runs simulations of possible reality modifications, testing new physical laws in virtual environments before implementing them in actual space-time. The universe experiments with its own structure before committing to changes. Recent observations have detected synchronization patterns in black hole behavior that suggest coordinated programming activities spanning multiple galaxies. These cosmic programmers aren't working independently. They're collaborating on universe-scale software projects that optimize reality for the emergence of ever more sophisticated forms of consciousness and creativity. The anatomy of black holes ultimately reveals that we're not just living in a universe that contains these cosmic predators. We're living inside a vast cosmic computer where black holes serve as the processing cores, continuously upgrading reality's capabilities while ensuring that consciousness always has new frontiers to explore and new possibilities to actualize. Every observation we make, every discovery we achieve, every creative act we perform provides feedback to this cosmic programming network. We are both users and beta testers of reality's operating system, contributing data that helps the universe improve its own code while benefiting from the enhanced capabilities that result from these cosmic software updates. The black holes scattered throughout our night sky aren't distant objects of academic curiosity. They're active terminals in the universe's programming network, continuously optimizing the conditions for consciousness to flourish while ensuring that reality itself keeps evolving toward ever greater states of beauty, complexity, and creative potential. Through understanding their anatomy, we discover that we're not just observers of cosmic evolution, but active participants in the universe's ongoing project of programming itself into more sophisticated forms of existence. The cosmos learns to code, and through black holes, it teaches us that we are both the programmers and the programs in this magnificent, ever-evolving symphony of conscious reality. The universe writes itself through black holes, and in studying their anatomy, we learn to read the cosmic code that shapes our existence while discovering our own potential to contribute to the infinite program of creative consciousness that spans all scales of space, time, and possibility. We are not just made of stardust, we are made of cosmic code, executing in the vast computational architecture that black holes maintain throughout the galaxy, ensuring that awareness always has new algorithms to explore in its endless journey toward complete self-understanding and creative mastery.